Good day everyone, and you're welcome to today's edition of AON Online News Media Chat. And today we'll be discussing about the educational crisis in Nigeria. And here with me are
Comrade Progress Benedict
and I'm Osifo Davis.
And now talking about the educational crisis in Nigeria, as we all know, ASUU have been on strike since on the 14th of February 2022, and so much effort have been put together to call off the strike, but to no avail. So today I'll be asking my guests what they think the solution is. So Mr. Progress, what do you think is the solution to this strike?
Well, to me, I think the strike even came at a very perfect time because the reason is that we are already in an electionary campaign. So, and the strike come at this time shows that the APC-led government has failed in the educational sector. So it's an avenue for the youth to rethink, go out and get a PVC and vote these men out. Because from the candidates that have declared so far, most of the leading candidates are currently in the same government. And it's an avenue for you to ask them, now you are already in the same government, now what do you have to tell us concerning this strike? So automatically it means that they are failed and they have nothing to offer. So you go out, get your PVC and vote out this government. That is number one. And number two is that this ASUU strike every blessed day is becoming annoying. Because I remember in 2019, early January there was ASUU strike. 2020 there was ASUU strike. Emanating to 2021. Now 2022, the best Valentine gift so far. On the 14th of February, they strike again. Starting with the 1 month warning strike, extension upon extension. Although it's so laughable that some of the students who are still victims of this strike are still the one campaigning for the APC. That's why I said in my earlier statement that the ASUU strike came at the right time. But secondly, the government should go out. There's funds, there's money. Pay these men once and for all. Instead of giving them half today, then in the next 3 months they strike, the next 1 month they strike again. Why not go to the treasury coffer, bring out this money and give these men so they can return to class? It is appalling that students who are at the receiving end of this, at the end of the day, will have their years elongated. At the end of the day, will have their most times destiny denied, opportunity lost, and a lot of damages that are irrecoverable. So students are always at the receiving end. So I will advise the federal government and academia to meet in a Congaye level, agreeing to end this academic rascality, because the students have been bambadoos or bamboozled by academic silence. It is apologic, it is a malverbal, and it is a state of pismatisma, because at the end of the day, it will result to what I call educational rascality and academic abadoism. So that is what I want to say, that the government should liaise with this staff. Let us, in a very logical colloquy, agree that this strike should be put to an end. Release funds, there is funds, because as I said that people bought form of 100 million naira. People who have never thought in this life that they will have 100 million. Bought for 100 million naira. So there is money in this country. If there is no money, where are they getting the money from? So they should bring out the money and ensure these people are settled. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now we are also going to hear from Mr. Osifo. Please.
Thank you, my friends. The problem I'm having about Nigeria educational crisis is the government. The government don't know how to stand and they always fail to strike. It's really their demand. They don't standardize. They take ASUU, the university teachers. They always take them. They take them in the MBA. They don't take them serious. You understand? So I won't tell the students to go and protest because we've seen many protests right from way back in the beginning of ASUU strike. So I won't tell them to protest this time. They like my brother said, we have the answer. So we have solution in our own hand. Let them go and pick up their PVC and vote the right person. I think you can see campaigns, political campaigns every year. Same students, they will be the one used for that campaign. You understand? So I'll advise my Nigerian students to vote for the right person and the right candidate that will give this strike. That is what I can say.
Mr. Progress, in your earlier comments, you mentioned about the students getting their things.
Yes.
So how are we going to know who is the right person?
Now we have a lot of right persons. There are so much. Especially in the opposition, People's Democratic Party, I think that you can find one or two persons who are lovers of education. Number one on the list is Chief Barrister ASUU Wike, the current governor of Rivers State. Now, ASUU is on strike, but go to Rivers State University, they are not on strike. Why? Because he is somebody who believes so much in education. Nobody is poor in Rivers State. He ensure that people are being paid as well due. And at the end of the day, the school is functioning. The second person on the list is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. He himself is the founder of American University of Nigeria in Yola. So these are people that love education. But look at APC. Nobody even cares about education. The current government, nobody even they die. They are begging us to go back to strike. On empty stomach, to go back to class. On empty stomach, somebody is crying. But you say there is no money. But there is money for election. You say there is no money. But people are buying form. From your cabinet, people are buying form of 100 million. And what is even really now? Many people are even withdrawing. Not that they are withdrawing with their money. They are withdrawing leaving their money. There is money. But in the PDP, we have Atiku Abubakar, who is he always says he's a lover of education. And a lover of education will not allow us to strike, not even for a week. Go to Rivers State, the school is functioning. These are people that love education. In ASUU Wike is somebody that he will give you money to go and do the right thing. It is only when he gives you money, at the end of the day, maybe he decides, but Wike is someone that inspects projects. And he decided to maybe visit school, some schools unannounced, and he finally not doing anything. That's where the problem is. But he will give you the money, go and do your work. So these are people that love education. I'm not trying to tell you or to bamboozle you to accept my facts. I will ask you to go back to their history and scrutinize their antecedents in their various capacity. What are they doing in their state? The little project they had, what are they doing? The current vice president is telling you that you will do this, but it's the current vice president. Why are you not telling your boss to go and do it? Why hiding it from your boss? If you know how to change this country, why hiding it from your boss? You are the author of this country. I think I'm coming to go and just like if I am an incumbent governor of a state and I'm going for second term and I'm telling you I will do this, why can't I do it now? I am holding the position right now. Why can't I do it now? I'm telling you, I will construct road. What can I do now when I'm holding the position? You know, if we cannot trust you with the small, if you leave the position you're going now, we cannot trust you tomorrow. That is when we look at this one people that held SUG position. There are some people that held SUG position in this school, in Amsterdam University, that in their nearest future, they can't come out for anything because they are already sown the seed of dishonesty. Anyway, they are going to you will get some. In fact, there are now smelling dishonesty. The why? Because the reason why you heard, you could not do anything. And there are some people that still held SUG position in this school that tomorrow we will sponsor them because what they did very right. So even somebody is telling you, okay, I'm going to do this, what has he done with the little one that he is holding? How have you been able to influence projects? What has he done in the education system? The third form we are enjoying today was done by PDP government under the matter. Go and check all those projects in personal intervention. You see 2015, 2012, 2011, go to Abosani University. I'm not trying to exaggerate or to praise one political party. But when you go to Abosani University, you see 2012 intervention, 2013 intervention, 2014. Who was in government? It's the PDP government. The PDP government. So these are people that love education. It's only one that loves education that will tell you, okay, be structure for education. The education system was in a complete comatose until PDP government came to revive education. They were a strike, but it was a result of time. All I want to have today that every year we not go on strike. Every blessed year, 2016, 2015 there was strike, 2017 there was strike, 2018 there was strike, 2019 there was strike, 2020 there was the longest strike so far, 9 months strike, and 2021 there was also strike. 2022 we're already in strike, and there's no way before they leave power. 2023 they will see a strike. So you know we are tired of all this seasonal strike. That somebody will be in 100 for 3 good years. But go to state that controlled by PDP, go to Delta states. They don't know the meaning of strike. And as I the Delta state will have 4 functional state universities. One is Delta State University Abraka, one is the University of Delta Agbo, one is Delta State Science and Technology Ozoro, and one is the Osadebe University at AON Asaba. All these universities are currently functioning without strike. 4 universities in a state governed by the People's Democratic Party. In Rivers State, the same thing. The Rivers University, they're not on strike. It's only the federal university that is on strike. The only federal university you see there, but if you go to state that governed by PDP, they're not on strike. So this is how we want to check. That's how we know them by their fruit. The Bible said, by their fruit they shall be known. So by their antecedent, you shall know them. So when I'm telling you that we ask them, the one you are holding, what have you done? What have you done with the position you are holding? You are the current O2 in the country, and you are telling us we do this. Yeah, what? That's an insult. What have you done with the O2 you are holding? How many times have you met with ASUU delegates? That okay, I'm a professor, I'm a lecturer. What can we do? How do we resolve this issue? You have not met them for once, and you're telling us that we should vote for you. That we are tired of all these promises. It's like the people should be wise enough. Students should go and pay their PVC and voting either cheap or weekly. All of that is okay.
Yes, in your comments, it seems you are a lover of PDP.
Well, I'm a Nigerian, a citizen of Nigeria who just wants the best for the country. I'm not a member of any political party. I'm not a registered member of any political party. But I have been in existence since PDP, when PDP was in power, and I'm still currently experiencing what APC is doing. So I will be able to assess, because these are the 2 main political parties we have. Although now the MPP is already coming up as a third force from Kano State, led by the former governor of Kano State, Engineer Rabi Musa Kwankwaso. But currently now we also have always between PDP and APC. So having experienced these two, I will vividly and vehemently looked at their antecedents. And I can tell you that the PDP have the better antecedents compared to the APC on the educational sector. Even in the educational sector, look at what is going on now. Strike is going on. People are only concerned by education, buying forms for election, posters, declaring. Approve this money. Let's then go back to class. Approve this money. Approve this money.
Mr. Progress, the PDP you are talking about have ruled this nation for close to 16 years, and they have always been strike. So
they have not always been strike. There was strike, fine, but compared to what we're experiencing now, no. This last strike that happened in PDP government happened in 2013.
Okay.
That lasted for 5 or 4 months, something like that. But since then, till PDP left power, there was no strike. But since APC came to power, they have been strike from every blessed year. Every year. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And I'm showing 22. 22, already 22. 23, they will see the strike. In fact, don't be surprised that the day the government will be leaving power, they will strike that day.
In 2009, when this current agreement was signed between the ASUU and the federal government, it was definitely under the government of PDP. But in your earlier PDP more than the APC, why do you think the PDP did not settle the agreement then?
Thank God you said agreements. Yeah, agreements are always agreements. If the APC were in power at that time, they would have also signed that same agreement. Government, they continued them. The money were much. The PDP, in their own wisdom, that agreement was signed during the era of the late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, under the leadership or under the supervision of Professor Sam Egwu, who was the then Minister of Education, the former governor of Ebonyi State. So the agreements could not be fully actualized. But I can tell that we will have actualized, the PDP will have actualized that agreement if they have won the 2015 election. Because in 2013, some of the agreements were catered for. So if the PDP have won 2015 election, won't have had this issue. All the agreements, all the issues will have been settled by far. So since government is the continuity, the government of APC, since they say they came with change mantra, they will have during that mantra clear up everything and students go to class.
But don't you think 2009 to 2015 is kind of a long time?
The man that was in power since 2009 was President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. Unfortunately, the following year he died. So policies are different. Though it's the same government, because they are both Jonathan was in the same government of Yar'Adua. But me and you know that human beings are different. So trying to adjust things together, things could not move that way. And when he balanced in 2011, they tried to ensure that this agreement was clear. But I'm telling you that if PDP had won the 2015 election, that agreement would have been fully cleared by now. So unfortunately, the PDP couldn't win 2015 election. So that is why we still that we couldn't complete the agreement. Yeah.
Mr. Progress, in our earlier discussion, you claim not to be any part of any political party, but you have always been saying we. So who are the we?
The Nigerian people are the we. Like I said, and I still repeat, I am not a member of any political party. And let me say, I'm using we because if you observe me when I use we, I always immediately correct it because, like I said, I am not a member of any political party. They can go to the records, my name is not anywhere. So when I say we, sometimes it's a slip of tongue. But in other way, we are talking about the Nigerian people. Because I am mainly concerned about students going back to class. And how do they go back to class? Both at those who have kept you away from class. Thank you.
Thank you. To you, Mr. Osifo. Are you a student?
Thank you. I'm a student.
And of which school?
I'm a student of Musali University, Ekuma. That's my school.
Okay. So, Ambrose Ali University is a state university, right?
Yes, of course.
So, if I may ask, why do you think Ambrose Ali University, a state-owned university, is on strike?
Thank you for that question. According to the university teachers, which are the ASUU, that's the ASUU member, they normally say that whenever there is a strike, whether if the strike is a federal or a national based strike, they always join them for solidarity. Yes, according to the former Minister of Education, he said that the state universities supposed not to be on strike, which is this issue the ASUU members, the university teachers, are agitating for, that the issue or this current issue did not affect the state universities. That he was like telling the state university to that is opt out from the strike. And I don't know why I will blame I don't know why my colleague here or my brother is talking about PDP whatever. I'm not a party person. Yeah, I always advise people to always base that is if they want to choose a candidate, they should choose candidates individually, their achievements, what they achieved. Here they mentioned the likes of Wiki. I respect Wiki so much because Wiki, in terms of education, he really he normally take care of the ASUU member in his state, and I think he's a good candidate also. And I don't know, likewise our own governor here in our own state. I can't go deep though. He's a PDP member, and we are still on strike, and it's not funding. It's not taking good care of our the university teachers.
Let me quickly respond.
I don't know.
Let me quickly respond to your earlier statement that is a PDP member.
Yeah.
The current Edo State governor came to PDP in 2020, so we are still inculcating the spirit of PDP into him. He is not yet fully. We are still trying to. The PDP is still trying to inculcate that spirit into him. So by the time he blends, I don't think the state will have any reason to go to strike.
Mr. Progress, do you not think you are trying to be like partial?
Oh, what do you mean by partial?
Like
No.
I don't understand.
I'm not partial. I can't be partial. I have been partial. I can't be partial. I'm just trying to say it the way it is. He came to PDP in 2020. Two of us.
True.
So what are you saying? Where is the partiality there?
So don't you think
when he came in 2020, he's not even up to 3 years in PDP.
Okay.
So this issue, the current issue I had, I think the issue has been lingering on even before he joined PDP.
So how long do you think we should wait for him before we do something?
I don't know. But the main strike, which is the federal strike, the national strike, when I'm aware of, the APC government should look for a way to sort it out. When I sorted it out, they still like those remain on strike. Can I ask also that why is this school being on strike even when the federal government has opted out of strike? They can ask, but now everybody's on the coverage of ASUU's national strike. So by the time the national strike is over, and some states still kind of linger on, or some strike lingers in some states, we cannot make a verification and ask why are you on strike? Then if it's something of that the government can be dragged, why not can drag the government? The same way I'm a Nigerian by profession, by citizenship. I am not a member of any political party. The same this thing I always tell it because we have a lot of roads in town here. It's unfortunate for me to even say it. The Ekpoma as a whole this road. As soon as there is rain, you can no longer go anywhere. So I'm also using this medium to appeal to the state government to come to the aid of the Ekpoma people. And the federal government will also, let me see this opportunity to also appeal to them to come and dualize this road. They should come and dualize it and make it more suitable for people. There's something I saw on the page where in one particular road where there's a lot of water and the rest. That's so bad. So you can say I'm talking to PDP government now in those states too. So don't say I'm biased now. This my statement of clarify your ascension, telling me that I'm a biased commentator.
So instead of this endless strike by the ASUU members, which other way do you think they can use to resolve their issue with the government?
Thank you. There are many ways to resolve the issue or to send your a message to the federal government that you are aggrieved. You understand?
Yeah.
Protest. I think I and my brother were like discussing a few days ago, and he said they can sue the government.
Okay, you mean ASUU should sue the federal government?
Yes, they can sue the federal government, or you protest. The university advise the university teacher to protest. They can protest. You understand? They can sue the government. If they protest and the federal government, the protest did not shake the federal government, they sue the federal government. I think that will resolve the strike. I think the court will give the final verdict to this censored strike.
And do you think ASUU are going to have enough fund to do that? Because as they really had fund, they won't be on strike.
ASUU is not a small union. It's a big union. It's a national union. It's not a local or caricature union. They have funds. I think they can suing the government doesn't take much money, or protest doesn't take much. I think the Ambrosali University teachers, the ASUU members here in Ambrosali, I think they staged a protest as of last year. Till now we are still on strike.
So don't you think despite the protest, was there any...
That is why I say that they can sue the government. Let them go to court.
Okay. So, Mr. Progress, according to what I asked your colleague the other time, so what do you think are the other ways ASUU can go about it?
Well, I was taught in industrial relation. I was taught in 200 level back then in the university. Strike is one of the last resorts of industrial action. They have discovered that the only language in the federal government to understand is strike. You know, when you know the language of your lover, you use that words. If your lover is a person that loves, maybe loves rice, always try to use rice to entice him. So the federal government, once they strike, they shake, because I believe they won't just wake up in the morning and go on strike. There must have been series of warning, we are going on strike. I remember when I was watching the ASUU chairman then, the current ASUU chairman, Professor Manuel, when he was saying the strike is going to be total, comprehensive. I believe Dr. Kissinger saw it, Malamadamu saw it, but you know, due to the nepotisms, the miasma, the lack of this zeal to manage educational crisis, they just looked at it as a normal behavior. You know, if you look at this siren, whereby somebody threatening you and you act towards it, we won't have having this issue we're having. We won't have this issue. But what I would say advise, as they have a lot of members, they can mobilize the members nationwide and stage a protest in Abuja. And the National Assembly is there. I'm not advising to go to ASUU Rock, but at least they can stage a protest at National Assembly in Abuja, and they will be hard. That is clear. Because this constant strike, today's strike, is killing the spirit of Nigerian students. A lot of people have been involved into crimes because of this. Girls are not doing hookup because of ASUU strike. Last week I read in the news where some group of guys gathered in one particular house in Abuja, as they call them Yahoo Academy in Abuja, and I saw ASUU posting it, and I was like, this as a result of ASUU strike. Because in the Yahoo Academy in Abuja, there is no ASUU strike. I'm not trying to justify it anyway. But in the university, there is ASUU strike. But Yahoo Academy, there is no ASUU strike. So people are now enrolling into Yahoo Academy. When I saw it, I was like, this is one effect of ASUU strike. Because someone that is engaged, going to school every university, will not have time for things like this. He has his book to read, he has his standard to read. He won't have his issues. But when there's no, he has nothing to do morning to night. They tell him that there's a Yahoo Academy in social place, and that place, you only pay school fees, you graduate very well, and you got to join them. That's why we should look at this, the effects of these issues. Now, go to some places, we see a lot of ladies gathered together. Most of them intermediate students of various universities, various polytechnics. They have now joined to form association of hookup. Why? Because of ASUU strike. Drugs and increase. People are taking it. Marijuana. What they call it? Is it loud? Indian hemp, Chinese hemp, Nigerian hemp, all manners. As a result of ASUU strike, Yahoo Academy, Drugs Academy, all manners of academy are coming up, springing up, kidnapping up and down. ASUU strike. Lives are being lost on a daily basis. ASUU strike. So when you look at this effect, the pathological effects, the criminal effects it constitutes to the society, we should always, the staff, the federal government should have a rethink. Whenever there's issue like this, they should try to resolve it on time so that people will not go astray because of this strike. Because somebody is in school reading, somebody probably studying economics or studying accounting, having a lot of equations to solve, having econometrics to read, will not have time to go and join the whole academy. But because of the freedom how to do, he go and join because there's no strike there. So we should look at this way, always. Whatever the government they're asking for, they have it. Well, I read the news that their Caterpillar stole about 80 billion naira. If that 80 billion naira would have been to ASUU, we would have been in school. Most students that are currently will have still been in school by now. So we should try and solve these issues instead of prolonging them. Protests can still be there. They can seek legal redress, and they can also call for good funding from well-witting Nigerians. I'm telling you, within a week, the money will be raised by Nigerians who want good thing. And at the end of the day, everybody will be in class.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Osifo, any last word?
Not have much to say. No, the federal government always say that they accuse the ASUU that they are springing up public graduates. See, if the federal government don't want to see have big graduates, they should align. They should call the ASUU members. They should have agreement, and the federal government, that's why the federal government to respect the agreement, and they should respect the agreement and fulfill their demands because even the student, that is Nigerian students, they don't send education now.
They are losing interest.
They are losing the interest. Many students now don't want this strike to be called off. Do you know why? Because it's up to here. You understand? So the federal government should and the ASUU members should come together and have agreement, and they should resolve this thing once and for all.
Mr. Progress, any last word?
Like I said, they should resolve the crisis because the effect it's causing society is unbearable. Since 2020, the students who have those days are no longer the one who have these days. There's a lot of difference. The students those days go to class, read their books, but now what you see, once they call off the strike, start observing people's status. Machinery needed. Why? Because the people is already dead.
Yes.
Observe people's status. I'm a media person, so I go deep into all areas. Once they call off the strike and there's exam, observe out of 100 people, just observe status, you will see machinery DM. Why? Because for many people think that it's already dead to education. Because you know what it means? You're not using something for a very long time. Let me use laptop battery. For a very long time, let me say a month or 2 months, you're not using it. Bring it, try to use it. It will not work again. Why? It's already dead. Lack of usage. Because you're not using it. There's no thing that is functioning again. So it's already dead. You're not looking for somebody to help you. That's why you see machinery needed and all manners. People are paying good monies to have machinery because why? The brain is already dead. You know, not that they cannot submit it, it's already dead, and they have lost total interest in education. Why? Because of ASUU. Today ASUU strike. ASUU can't strike past Nigeria. They strike, as in strike today, strike tomorrow. No, those things, it brings one spirit down. So we should look for a way to harmonize these issues and resolve these issues once and for all. If federal government promote 50 billion from economy, it will shake us. We have the money. There's money in this country. If there's no money, nobody will contest for presidency. If there's no money in politics, nobody will contest. They are telling me I should go and buy from 100 million, and I'm not going to gain more than 100 million in 2 years. If it is, nobody will buy the form again. If there's no money in politics, in fact, many questions will be going opposed. But now because there is money, people are going. So there is money in the country. They should use that money and pay ASUU. So our students can go back to class.
Thank you very much. And now we've come to the end of today's edition of AAU Online News Media Chat. Remember to follow us on Facebook at AAU Online News and on Instagram at AAU Online News. Remember, my name is Elimari Esther. Thank you for your time.